This mod makes food last forever. It adds highly requested resources into the game such as salt, which can either be mined on a map or dried out right out on the ocean. This mod also adds a whole plethora of production lines. So let's take a look at Sass's Food Preservation Expanded. As always, I start off a city from scratch just to get a feel of how this mod fits into the game. The mod creator is also open to feedback and aims to implement changes I have discussed in this video. So we have this early game Crotonian city, and as we can see, patches of salt appear on the map, mostly near salt water, just like in real life. And after expanding my population a bit, we start off with our first building this mod introduces, the salt mine. This mod introduces the salt mine. It digs up salt, what a surprise here, which can be combined with other food items, but we'll get onto that later. I build a warehouse next to it, and build a similar building called the Salt Sea Pan. This doesn't rely on salt deposits. Instead, it works exactly like a fishery, where salt water is evaporated to get salt. And much like the Expanded Waters mod, you cannot improve these buildings with innovation points. Soon enough, I unlock nobles, and notice that all races have a 50% preference to working in all buildings in this mod. Anyways, let's discuss what you can do with salt. First of all, we have the drying house, a building that dries fish to make it last longer, and to prevent bacteria from decaying your fish with the use of salt. Salt kills a lot of organisms, large and small. Don't drink salty water. Please do not do this. Although it slightly decreases the amount of fish you have. The layout is typical for a workshop building, however, as I was recording this, efficiency was stuck at 70% despite the amount of auxiliary units I added. This is probably a bug that will be fixed later. Want to preserve vegetables for a long time? No problem. You can preserve this food in the pickler. It works the same as the dryer, as it still requires salt. Are you sick of farming herbs for rations? Well, no worries. Now you can combine pickled vegetables, smoked meat, or dried fish with bread to make field rations. I don't know why this can't be normal rations in the ration maker, but oh well. I guess it was easier to make this mod this way. In my opinion, this adds a great addition from a flexibility standpoint, as herbs can be a pain to get, and it's nice to see an alternative route for ration making. Next, we have the salt works, which I guess heats rock with water to dissolve the salt out of it. I don't know. You may also notice that it's hard to produce a lot of salt, just like in real life. So for every 6 vegetables you have, you need 1 item of salt. And finally, we have the smokehouse, which uses a combination of meat, wood, and salt to create smoked meat. You can also notice that you'll roughly lose 1 item of meat for every 4 meat you use. So it'll be up to you whether you want to produce less food overall to make food last forever, or just not play this mod. And these are all the workshop buildings that this mod introduces. As you can see, we are making smoked fish, pickled vegetables, field rations, salt, smoked meat. If we zoom out, all these buildings are colored in brown, which is a really nice addition in my opinion. As of recording this, there is no tech tree for these buildings. However, the creator of this mod is definitely considering on adding this in the future, as well as racial preferences, as all the races don't mind working in any preservation buildings added. A change to diets is also being considered. I think it would be interesting to see Dondorians enjoying dried fish over regular fish, or whether Amevians hates drying fish at all. Another preservation method I'd like to see within this mod is the use of spices in warmer climates. Spices were historically used to slow down bacteria growth, especially in India. Maybe there's an option to grow spices in warmer climates. Another building that could be cool to see in this mod is the Yakchul, a Persian building that uses wind, evaporation, and convection to create actual ice in very hot climates. This should be used as a freezer, but it should also be costly to build, to preserve food, and should act as cold storage. But in conclusion, food preservation methods is a feature I'd like to see added into this game. This mod provides its benefits of ending decay, but it comes with a huge labor cost, so be prepared for this. Of course, let me know in the comments whether food preservation should be added as an option into the game or not. As for now, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.